Hey guys, welcome back to my Colourful Country Life. Today I thought we would go through some plans for April. I should really call this my list of monthly hopes and dreams, not my plans video, but we've got some loose plans. So I've pulled out a little bit of a selection here. I probably won't get all of them completed, but I do have some fun choices to work through this month. So let's move this out of the way and get straight into it. Alright, first of all, let's take a look at our full book colour along, starting with Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford. So first off, I do want to finish off the Lost Property Objects double page spread this month. We've done 6 little videos now, so we're doing them column by column. We are almost there. I am looking forward to having this completed, but at the same time, it's been really fun working on these small, quick sections. Especially since we are breaking it up and not doing all of the sections one after the other as well. I think if I'd completed all of the sections one in a row, I may have lost a little bit of interest there because it is like 10 different videos. It has been a fun little mindfulness exercise though. As much as I love large intricate pages, the quick wins can be just as enjoyable. I'd also like to get another page completed in this book this month as well. We have 21 pages left to go in this book, and it is getting harder to choose a page. So what I'm thinking is, how about we let the spinner wheel choose our next page for this month in this book. So I have popped the numbers 1 to 21 on my iPad. Let's see what it lands on. So number 1 being the first uncolored page in the book, and so on. So let's do it. Okay, are we ready? Let's hope it doesn't do me dirty like the last time I used this. Okay. Where are we going to land? Oh, 20. So it's the second last uncolored page. Ooh, I hope that's not one of those music ones. Let's just flip straight to the back. It's our first uncolored page. That's our second last uncolored page. I knew it. I knew it. This spinner wheel is so not my friend. Okay, I can do this. Well, I'm going to do this because we are completing this as a full book colour along, so it has to be coloured at some point. Okay. All right. Obviously, we've got some metals in there. I need to include some brighter colours to make it fun as well. So I'm just trying to look at the page now and see where I can include some bright colours, unless I do that as the background. So make the background quite bright and just have metallics for the instruments. I'm not quite sure. I've never really given this page much thought. It is well, both of these are my least liked pages in the book. This one probably more so than that one actually. Although, once we do get the idea of these items, I'm just looking to see how many crossovers here. Are any of them crossovers here? Oh, maybe some. Yeah, so once we get this page completed, we may be able to go over and do that page as well. But this is the page this spinner wheel has chosen for me. Yeah, I think I need to invest in a different spinner wheel because this one really does not like me. But that should be interesting. Okay, and it actually looks pretty simple and pretty quick. There's not too many intricate details on that page. So I think we should be able to get that done in April, along with the lost property objects as well. Okay. Oh, and if that's actually quite quick, oops, we might actually even be able to get to this one, maybe. Am I being really hopeful now? I would love to get these 2 pages done as well as the lost properties office too. Anyway, we shall see what we can accomplish in April. I am seriously considering breaking up with that spinner wheel. Okay, on to Dark Fairytales by Kerby Rosanes, which is our other full book colour along on the channel. Now, I did pick a page out for March, which is technically still March now, but I won't get a chance to reach for it until April now, and you're probably not going to be seeing this video until April. So the page I want to work on next is still the Beauty and the Beast page here. So I have it loosely mapped out in my head, and I'm actually really looking forward to working on it. I adore this book. The pages are also different in their subjects, yet all still in Kerby's style. Also, have you seen the cover for Dream Menagerie? I shared it on my socials along with some sneak peeks at some of the pages inside, and it looks amazing. That book will be out in October and I can't wait to get my hands on that book too. But yes, at the moment I am having so much fun colouring in Dark Fairytales. So this is what we're aiming for in April, and I do think I'm going to get a lot more colouring time in April than I have had so far this year. So yeah, look forward to getting a few more pages completed. And onto our channel project books. First up, let's look at Lulu Mayo's House of Wonder, and the page I've chosen for April is this page here. I did actually flip through the book looking for something that might fit with the Easter theme, but this one kind of caught my eye. It's really sweet. I love the little characters and the flowers and the bees. I was originally thinking about doing a watercolour background actually for this page, but looking at it a bit closer, it may be a little bit too fiddly getting in around all of these little elements. So I think I might switch that idea and go with Neocolor 2s instead, just to make life a little bit easier. But as I've been looking at this page, I'm also thinking maybe acrylic paint pens might be the way to go as well. So one of them, definitely don't think I'm going to do watercolor paints, although I did have a background in my head of what I wanted. It's just going to be too fiddly and time consuming. So we do have all of these stars scattered through the page, so I'm leaning more towards a nighttime scene for the background. For the rest of the page, I really want to bring in some cooler tones, but still keep it rich and colourful so it doesn't feel flat. I think that contrast between darker background and brighter elements is going to work really nicely for this one. Actually, instead of cool tones, I might go like a cool tone background and warm tone for the elements maybe. We shall see. But this is the page I've chosen from Lulu's House of Wonder for April. It's still giving kind of a spring vibe, maybe spring nighttime vibe. Actually, I've just come up with a different idea that I want to create for the background, if I can do it. Keep your eye out. Let's see if I can create it. Okay, Lulu Mayo's House of Wonder. Next up, we have Romantic Country, the first tale by Eriy, which is our other project book on the channel. And I'm actually already working on a page, which is the office in Mayo Castle. And I will show you a sneak peek. So far, I have just started basing some of the elements with my Derwent Inktense. So I've got some Derwent Inktense down on the curtains here and here on the sides of the walls. I do have a colour palette in mind for this one. I'm thinking really deep, rich colours, lots of dark wood paneling, very old-fashioned castle style. So something that feels a bit moody but still really warm and inviting at the same time. Something really cozy and deep about it. I'll most likely go over the Inktense with my Prismacolors, I think, to finish everything off. Yeah. Prismas or polychromos, I think. Oh, actually, by the time you're seeing this video, my pencil test video should already be up on the channel. In that one, I have tested 13 different brands of pencils in the Romantic Country books, just to see if there's anything that works really nicely on this paper on its own without needing to base or prep that page first. And if you're curious about that, I will pop that up in the iCard above here for you. It was actually a super interesting test, and while we're on that subject, I would like to, so that's another whip. Let me move that out of the way. That's another whip in this book that I would like to get completed in April if I can find it. I think it's back this way. I'll show you that one there. So that is the page I used to test. So each tree here is coloured with a different pencil set. Yeah, and if you haven't seen the video yet, go check it out, and the results may actually surprise you. This is really finicky paper. It is really hard. I do normally use my Albrecht Dürers for basing and then my polychromos over the top on this paper, which I've done for both of them. This one is a very old picture with my Prismacolors. And I thought I had another one in here. Maybe not. Yeah, so I normally use my Albrecht Dürers and my polychromos in this book. But if you check out that video, you can see how each pencil set out of those 13 sets have performed in here so far. So 2 whips in here that I'll hopefully get to in April. That is Romantic Country, the first tale. And while we're on the topic of whips and also paper and pencil tests, let's take a look at Rita Berman's Walk Through Spring, as I do have a work of progress in this book here as well. This double page spread was actually started in my pencil test video where I was testing which pencils work best in Rita Berman's colouring books, and I think I tested 10 different sets off the top of my head. I'll also pop that video up here in the iCard if you want to see those results in a bit more detail too, to see which pencil brand won for this book. And I do really feel like this one is just perfect for Easter. We've got the Easter eggs, the florals, these little birds and butterflies and stuff. I think it just fits the theme really nicely. It's very spring and Easter, obviously. I'm not 100% sure what pencils I'm going to use to finish this off. Normally I would just reach straight for my Prismacolors in my Rita Berman's books, but I did get some results in the testing video that really surprised me, so I might switch things up a little bit for this one. We shall soon see. For the colour palette, I'm thinking those typical Easter pastel tones, but instead of keeping them really soft and muted, I want to push that a little bit more and make them really bright and vibrant, really bold, so the page actually stands out, but keeping those same tones, so the purples, pinks, blues, yellows, that kind of thing. And then of course I'll probably go in at the end and add a lot of glitter and sparkle because I love glitter and sparkle. So that is my plans for this whip in Rita Berman's Walk Through Spring. Next up I have an untouched book which is new to my collection, and that is, I believe it translates to Fairy Tale World in English, something like that, by Tomislav Tomic. This book is absolutely beautiful and I've been wanting to colour in this ever since I first flipped through it. Now, I did find this one quite difficult to get my hands on, and I know a lot of you mentioned the same thing in the comments as well when I was flipping through this book. So I do have the Croatian edition here, which was very generously gifted to me. I have seen a few people mention that they have been able to find it through a Croatian website. So if you are one of those people, feel free to share where you found it down below. It might help someone else who's been trying to track down a copy as well, find a copy of the book too. So the page I've chosen is this one here, and I think it actually might be my favorite in the whole book. It's just got so much detail, so many little elements to look at as well. The paper feels like it's going to be really nice to work with as well. I'm thinking I might go in with my Albrecht Duras for basing and then layer over the top with my polychromos. There's also a lot of natural elements in this one, so I'm leaning towards a palette with lots of browns and greens and blues, and then just adding little touches of colour here and there. I think for this page, it's really going to be more about the play on light and shadow, building up those beautiful light sources and stuff like that, rather than relying on a really bold or dramatic colour palette. So it's going to be very natural, but lots of different light sources, sort of more atmospheric than colourful, I think, for this one. That is the look I'm going to be going for. Next up, I have another new book in my collection, which is also currently uncoloured, and that is Wild Summer by Joseph Kattenbang. And I've picked out this giraffe page here. I absolutely adore giraffes, and this one is just so cute, especially with the little characters up here, little baby giraffe as well. For this one, I'm definitely leaning into a really warm summery colour palette. I'm thinking lots of soft golden tones, lots of warm greens as well, maybe some warmer browns throughout the tree, just keeping everything nice and warm, so playing with colour temperature. We've also got all of these little jars hanging around as well. I think they'd be perfect to turn into little glowing light sources. We've got fireflies in the jars, so I'm picturing this as more of a dusk scene where the background is starting to soften, maybe with some like purples perhaps, or maybe some warmer colors as well, just to create that beautiful atmosphere on the page. And then those jars can become the little light sources throughout the whole page, building up those soft glow effects around them. I think it'd be really nice to add to the atmosphere and help guide the eye around the page as well. I think this one is definitely going to be about creating the mood with the lighting rather than lots of contrast as well. So a bit like the last page that I showed you in the Tomislav Tomic book too. So more about the atmosphere and the mood and the light source rather than big bold colours. Yeah, so that is Mythographic's Wild Summer. Next up, I have Forest and Nature by Reyhan Uydaci, which is another new and currently untouched book in my collection. And the page I've chosen is this one here. I just think this is really sweet. It already has such a calm, relaxed feel to the page, so I just want to really lean into that mood somewhat. So I was thinking I might use watercolor or perhaps watercolor pencils for this one, especially for the background, or possibly for the background on their own and then basing for the other elements. I feel like that softer, slightly more fluid look will really suit the style of the illustration and just help to keep that peaceful atmosphere, especially for the background. Now for the colors, I am once again leaning towards more natural earthy tones, so soft greens, warm browns, nothing too bright or overpowering. Actually, ooh, just as I'm talking about this, I'm actually picturing this another way now. So I had a very cohesive color palette in mind, but now I'm thinking of something a bit more contrasting with our van here. So it could go one or two ways. Yeah, but this is going to be a really fun one, and I'm excited to get started in this book and just to test out the paper as well. So that is Forest and Nature. Next up, I found a super cute page in Seasons by Hanna Karlzon. It actually feels like it's been a little while since I've coloured a Hanna Karlzon page, which is weird because last month I just finished a whip. Was it last month or February? February, I just finished a whip in Summer Nights, but it does feel like a while since I've coloured a full page. So the page I chose is this one here with the two little chicks. Isn't it cute? It just instantly stood out to me, and I think it works really nice for Easter as well. You've got the daffodils in the background, so I'm thinking lots of different yellows and golden tones throughout this page. I may bring in a few soft pinks as well, just to add a little bit of a contrast, maybe also some pale greens, but keeping it mostly to those golden tones. I have it pictured in my head already. Yeah, so that is such a cute little page from Seasons by Hanna Karlzon. And for my final page choice for April, I have Wonderful Wildflowers by Johanna Basford. I've only coloured one page in this book so far, so I thought it'd be nice to come back to it and try to get another page completed. So I have picked out this floral page here. I think it's really pretty. It's also quite simple compared to some of the other pages that I've chosen in April. So this may be a nice little palette cleanser between some of those busier, intricate pages. I was thinking maybe I might use some distress inks for the background, perhaps, or even some soft pastels maybe. For the colour palette, I'm picturing something quite soft again, so maybe lots of pinks and teals running through those floral elements. I think this is going to be really relaxing to work on. It's quite simple. There's not much details on the page as well, and it's a nice way to balance out some of those more intricate pages that I've picked. So you might see this one popping up in between some of those busier pages. So that is my final page that I've chosen for April. That is 10 pages I've chosen, which actually feels really doable, although there are still so many books I'm itching to colour in. So we'll start here and just see how we go. If there's a page you'd really like to see as a colour along, let me know down in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I may even prioritise some of the more requested ones first. I'll check your comments and have a look. So if you enjoyed this video and you're looking forward to April's colouring, leave me a sunflower emoji down below so I know you've made it to the end. And on that note, thank you so much for watching. Take care, happy colouring. I hope you all have a wonderful, colourful April. Happy Easter to everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. So bye for now.